What is up, Sideways fam? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have our buddy Jullian's S13 in the shop. I'm gonna give you a quick rundown of this. We have a 2JZ GE VVTi engine out of an Is300 out of one of our homies' cars with about 108,000 miles on it. Super low mileage. You can see right here what kind of a beauty she is. She's just super, super nice on the side. We've already gone ahead and bunged the pan, already gone ahead and done all the maintenance for this. I'll go ahead and give you a quick roll of this as well. We're gonna be getting the brand new clutch bashers clutch kit installed on this thing. We're gonna be getting it all in the S13. We have a lot of things we have to do in a short amount of time. So let's get right into it. So you can see the beauty right there. We did everything. Front main seals, cam seals, timing belt, water pump, everything else has been done. Brand new excess manifold, twin scroll with the turbo smart hypergate on it. Rear main seal's been done, pan's been resealed. Got our mount kit already installed, got our whole adapter for our oil pressure and our oil feed already hooked up and finished up. So we're already all good to go. This is the FX400 W58 clutch kit. We've got a W58 over there we're gonna be installing in it. This is the multi-friction setup for the HCL disc that we use for all of our stuff too. If you're going to be street driving your car and you're not looking for a lot of crazy power, most of our customers will do like 600 horsepower on this clutch, and it actually works really, really well. I do prefer a puck disc for my kind of driving, but it's good stuff. We got the lightweight flywheel over there. Caden's going ahead and getting the ARP flywheel bolts off. We already have the pressure plate bolts already set, so we're going to get the transmission bolted on. Quick little rundown about this thing is this used to be one of our old customers. He had an SR in this car. It's got wheels, it's got coilovers, it's got 5-lug, some old school NRG cooling panels and stuff like that. But we're gonna be changing everything. So rack and pinion is fucked up. We're gonna be putting a new one in before we even put the engine in, because it'll just be really, really quick to get that done and finished. We need to get all the fuel lines ripped out. All the old harnesses ripped out for the SR that was in here. Get the harness relocated down there. We got a billet intake manifold we're gonna be installing in this thing. We will have to do some kind of braided clutch line or something different to get that all situated in there. Thing's kind of gutted. It's a decent looking hatchback though. Body's pretty decent, but got a spark on steering wheel. Everything else is kind of torn apart. And he's got some Koki taillights on this thing. I don't know how it's all gonna look in the end, but he's got some big plans for this thing for future stuff that's we're gonna be going ahead and doing. So we'll be putting a BTI race display in here as we always do for all of our stuff, and kind of one of our pretty simple streamlined setups that we do in all the cars. So let's go ahead and get the engine stuff bolted together. We have a brand new comp turbo we're gonna be installing in this today too, with the downpipe and a bunch of other cool stuff. So let's get it all attached, let's get it in the cars, get the rack changed out, and then we can kind of move forward what we're doing next. Got the nice clutch masters installed, that turbo smart. I still can't get over how freaking clean this thing is, man. This thing's in a rip. Alrighty, nice new rack and pinion changed over, all good to go. Gonna go ahead and get this thing going in the car right now. So we're setting up the turbo right now for the new Comp 6465 we're putting in. We're gonna be going ahead and removing all the wiring harness stuff that's over here for mess later on today. You can see how it all sits in here. Just it's super awesome with the way that we set everything up. Plenty of room on the radiator. Up in here, we'll be putting our AEG fans in here. It'll really make it look super nice at the end of it. I'm gonna get rid of all this old janky piping for this SR with this little baby intercooler he has in here. It's like got like a, I don't even know, like a Honda Civic intercooler in here. It's really funny. It's definitely not gonna make any power on that. So a lot of work to do still. Caden's got to pull the fuel pump out, put the fuel pump in later on today. I'll have him do some recording of that. We're kind of contemplating how we're gonna do this. A lot of the times we'll leave the Mark IV Supra transmission in, but you can see how it's kind of farther back. I don't know if he's gonna like that. I have to try to put the shifter in and see how it all lines up and works first before we go through with that. Maybe we'll pull the trans back out and just put a different trans in it for him to make it easier on him. But for now, we're just gonna get everything mocked up. We got a nice billet Kings Royal intake manifold that's coming in. And it's black, so it's gonna look super, super cool because we don't usually do everything black, but we're gonna kind of murder everything out in the bay on this one. And we're gonna do wrinkle valve covers, wrinkle turbo, black intake manifold, black fittings. It'll look really nice. Alrighty guys, let me give you a little update on what we're doing and where we're at with this. I know a couple days ago we were doing some of this other stuff. We got kind of stuck on a few other cars we're working on over here. So get into it. Alrighty guys, so we got our AEG fans already up and in right here for how we always do everything. So that's already done. Rack and pinion, high pressure power steering lines already been put in now with this brand new rack and pinion. Obviously you can see the mounts like we saw last time. Turbo stuff is basically done. The drain line's all hooked up and finished. Downpipe's already bolted in. We still need to go ahead and remove the wiring harness, a couple of small things. We got our Powerhouse Racing suction port we're going to be putting on the top of the power steering system. And then basically we just can reuse all this stuff and make a new hose from here to here. And then we're like basically done on power steering. I'm going to go ahead and get the intercooler mounted. We're going to finish the turbo stuff and go ahead and finish all that on this side today. We're still waiting on our intake manifold. We do have one here, but I'm not sure if I want to use it because it's not the right color for kind of what we were going for. We still need to paint everything. We're still waiting on our valve covers to show up. Everything in the front for suspension has been removed. Lower control arms are out, traction rods are out, and then Caden already went ahead and put in brand new Rukas and tow arms. We're going to be putting subframe collars in. I'll show you that right now too. So you got his BCs in here. These are all nice and installed. He'll be able to get the suspension how he wants it. The exhaust will remain the same because this was already done in 3-inch, which is pretty cool. It'll be nice and low profile. You can see the old sideways with the Optima back here. He already went ahead and pulled the fuel pump out. Fuel tank looks super good. No crazy rust or anything. So, yeah, just giving you guys a little bit of an update. We're gonna go ahead and get some more stuff done on this. I think as far as today though, the lower control arms will be in. Radiator hoses and everything, he actually already finished as well. So everything is already all nice and lined up and we're just trimming along pretty good here. So yeah. Alrighty guys, so this is Jullian's hanger for his S13. You can see it's got a 255 pump. I'm not sure if it's Walbro or China or whatever, but it's in there. We're gonna be removing this. We're gonna be putting in the brand new TI Automotive, which is a Walbro pump. This is gonna be the part number right here. 285 marks the Walbro 525. So this is the Hellcat pump. Alrighty guys, she's all installed. Ready to go, ready to rock and roll. Ready to rip, man. Let's get her in the car. Okay, so turbo's all set up. Drain line's all nice and on there. I went ahead and wrinkled the front already. Super beautiful. Intercooler piping's all done on this side already, how I wanted it. So that's already all finished. Intercooler's mounted. We're gonna be setting up the intake manifold and everything else, hopefully later on today. We gotta get a starter in, and Caden's putting the fuel pump in the back right now. Okay guys, so we are underneath Jullian's car again, and right now what we're doing is we're going ahead and removing his inner tie rods, as you can see, our tie rods, and you can see we put brand new lower control arms in right now. I'm gonna go over a few variations for you guys, for all of you that don't know anything about like drifting or angle kits or what you kind of do to your S chassis. I used to do a lot of this stuff back in the day. We used to make our own angle kits in house. We used to do, you know, 25 mil lower control arms, 35 mil, you know, 50 mil lower control arms, different tie rod variations. We'd modify knuckles, we'd build drop knuckles, a bunch of other crazy stuff for all kinds of vehicles. And we used to make them for the Mark III, the AE86, the Cressida, the Aristo, the, you know, any car you could think of that used to go drifting, we used to make our own angle kits and stuff. So let me show you what we're going to be doing on this one, because he wants the car to be more of a street car, roll race car with a little bit of drifting, and he had a crazy angle kit on it before. So let me go ahead and show you real fast. So now that I'm underneath here, I can kind of show you too. They've moved the rack and pinion by notching the cross member a whole bunch forward. You can actually even see right here, the bolt to rack and pinion distance is way, way, way shorter than what it normally does. It's been all cut and welded and stuff. They used to do that back in the day. I never really liked it because it makes it extremely hard to get to the bolts in here, as you can kind of see. But that's all done. The control arm, you can see we put brand new ones in with new ball joints, new everything. This was his old angle kit though that he had on here. So somebody went ahead and modified these. It looks like about 50 mil, you know what I mean? It's got two different kinds of modified lower control arms. Somebody went ahead and made a notch for a ball joint in there. You know, did some ghetto welding on this side. Somebody actually went ahead and dimple dyed this side and made it look pretty. And then he had high angle traction rods, which is awesome. Those are like the old voodoo style ones that you'll kind of need to get everything going. It'll move the arm away so that when you're drifting, it comes in and doesn't actually hit right here. So what we're doing is we put a brand new rack and pinion in the car, and now we're going back to leaving his drop knuckle modified lower control arms. You can see right here, they've been cut, moved down and dropped down to here. And then, you know, I didn't make these, somebody else made these, but pretty much how it works is that now he's gonna have good Ackerman, and he's gonna have like no bump steer or anything on it to begin with. So that's gonna be really, really cool. And what we're gonna be doing right now is I actually have a set right here of 10 inner tie rods. This is like some super OG JDM stuff. I got this from FR Sport a long time ago, and I have the JDM outers as well. They're just like an upgraded, pretty, you know, good looking tie rod, and these are actually bigger than the factory S13. If I lay them next to each other, you can even just see right here, the 14 sticker. It is longer when you lay them down side to side. You get a little bit more out of the S14. And then obviously the knuckles are, the tie rods are completely different when it comes to everything too. So we're gonna go ahead and for this combination, it's gonna be like doing S14 lower control arms basically on a S13. You're gonna put 14 inners in, 14 outers in, and they'll be able to actually adjust this car and get it to where it's supposed to be for alignment. And he'll still be able to utilize, you know, his modified knuckles to be able to get more steering. I'd say he'll still be able to maintain about 25%, maybe 30% over stock. So let me get all this back together. We're gonna get the car off the rack today, finish the intercooler piping, get the intake manifold bolted on, and this will probably be the end of the video. Alrighty guys, so we're gonna be pretty much done with this video. The new intake manifold's installed now. I don't know if you guys can all see, but it's just all nice and black. We'll get the intercooler piping done by next video for you guys, because that's not even really a big deal, but she just looks super good. Yeah. Alrighty guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Julian's car's coming along really, really well. I think within the next week, the car should be running and driving, and we'll be getting ready for dyno. Another NAT setup, you know what I mean? We do these a lot. A lot of you Is300 guys are always asking about all these different setups and want to see this kind of stuff. And, you know, it's the cheapest option right now to be able to do with the GE stuff, with the NAT stuff versus doing GTE stuff. So, our game plan with this is, like I said, maybe 380 to 420 horsepower, you know, unbroken motor, just seal kit and go ahead and boost it with the full standalone. I'll be finishing up my harness this week and stuff, so we'll be able to kind of get through all this stuff, and I'll get more into it in the next video when we get the startup going. So any questions or concerns, you guys hit me up. We got a bunch of other cars on the lift. I don't know if you guys had a sneak peek of this one. Got a Mark IV here, bunch of other cool stuff. But until next time, guys, peace.